Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally. Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
Get me a couple of baby Guinnesses.
Cheers. I'll fetch them over.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Rob.
Evening, everybody. How are you all doing? All right?
Yeah,
All good, yeah. You?
I'm all right, actually.
Good.
I wanted to say something.
Oh, yeah. Me?
Last week,
Yes.
yeah, you talked about Virgin.
A week before.
Oh, were it week before?
No,
week before.
No,
I know.
it was Sky we talked about, not Virgin.
Sky, that
Yes.
were it. But you reminded me that I'd got to call up Virgin to sort out my contract.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, I've done so since.
Oh, yeah. And have you left them as well? Have you ditched them?
No, I haven't. They sorted me right out.
Oh.
I was lucky enough to get onto the phone to Mo. Now, I went
Mo?
to Mo. That's
As
his
in
name.
Mo Farah?
I very much doubt it was Mo Farah,
Okay.
but his name was Mo. Anyway, I got through. First person I got through to was just a girl. You know, we want to keep you on this package. I told you last time I want a TV and broadband package. I said no, I don't want that. I just want broadband.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll have to send you to another team. Fine, send me through. Got through to Mo, and Mo said, "Well, it is your lucky day today, Robert. I can do you a very good price. Bear in mind, we were paying £67 a month." Right. Or that's what it had gone up to after the contract.
Yeah.
We were paying 41. We can do you a very good price of £31 a month. I thought to myself, that's actually quite good. But I said to him, well, Mo, as it's my lucky day, I think you could do better than that. And he went, well, it might be difficult, but give me a second, I'll see what I can do. He come back. These were his words. Mr. Robert, as it's your lucky day, I can do better than that. I could do it for £28. Wow. I was like, Mo, that is absolutely brilliant. So I said, well, that's brilliant, Mo. But as it's my lucky day, I said, I'm currently getting 132 gigabytes for that, and I'd like more.
132?
Megabits.
Yeah.
132?
Yeah.
That's very specific.
That's what it is. 132.
132?
Yeah. So I said, how about 300 and odd? I can't remember what the next one is.
347.
Well, it's just double.
0.5.
It's 132. It keeps adding up. That's how they measure megabits. So I said, 132, can I have 300 and odd megabits? And he went away. He went, I don't think that would be possible, sir. And then he went, give me a second. He come back and he went, as it's your lucky day, Mr. Benny, I can give you 264 megabits. I was like, it's a deal, that, Mo.
Brilliant.
You've got yourself a deal. So I got double the internet I'm getting now for £28 a month.
Where did they get the 130? Let me just turn that off. It's bleeping. Where did we get that 132 from?
Honestly, mate, I don't know. Virgin's internet packages start at 132 megabits per second, and they go up in increments of 132. No idea why.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I've got to stop you.
Yeah.
Just because I have a fear that we've got listeners out there that are going, no, I can't listen to another hour of broadband and internet and Virgin and megabyte speeds. And
I just wanted to let you know mine and Mo's conversation.
Well done. Somebody save us from a different conversation, please.
Somebody else might be lucky.
I had a bit of luck the other day as well, actually, Rob.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From your employer.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. And I say a bit of luck. I don't know whether it's luck or not because we were a little bit unfortunate initially. So obviously we've been decorating and stuff, and we wanted to get some picture frames and whatever else. And so I bought some photos. Went on Etsy and I found a photographer, and he did these photos in A2 size, and I was like, they're spot on. Anyway,
You found a photographer?
Photos?
Did he come and take some pictures or something? Or
No, he's a photographer that takes photos and sells them on Etsy.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Oh, okay. So they're not photos of you, they're just random photos.
Just got random photos of you online.
Yeah, so this guy's got some photos of me.
Yeah, I thought
like putting shopping in car at Asda. And
I thought you sent the photos to him for him to.
No. So he's got a shop and he's got like photos that he's taking.
Like abstract, yeah.
Landscapes.
Of landscape,
Yeah.
okay.
So we wanted some Peak District photos. In large format. I bought some A2 photos off this guy, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic photos. Didn't realise how difficult it was to get hold of A2 frames.
Right.
Literally, almost like they don't exist.
What, not even at Ikea?
Especially at Ikea.
Really?
Oh.
Especially.
But is that just
all
because
their frames aren't standard?
Yeah, but hold on. Is that just not? They just don't call them A2. Like the measurement of A2 might be 1 metre by
49.2 2 centimetres by 59 centimetres.
Yeah. And then so they might do one that's
50 centimetres by 70.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit because it's too big.
Right, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and the next one down is something like 40 centimetres by 50 centimetres. So it's either too big or too small.
So this guy from Etsy, the photographer, was only selling the print but unframed.
Yes, he doesn't do framing. He's just a photographer.
Well, you know why he doesn't do framing? Because he can't buy any frames that fit. That's why he don't do them. That's why he don't do them.
That sounds like he needs to change his photography.
My first thought were, right, where do you go? Ikea, The Range, Jysk, all those sorts of places.
Yeah.
No, it's like they do all these sizes, so many centimetres by so many centimetres. They're not A1, not A2. I tell a lie. I did go to one shop and they had A2 and A3. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no A2 frames.
Sorry, you mean they had A1 and A3?
Yeah.
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 You said A2.
You said A2.
Did I?
Yeah.
So they had A1 and A3. They didn't have any A2.
Yeah, it's confusing though. I can understand why you got confused
Honestly,
with all this.
and I was like, what am I going to do here? So, went to Amazon, as you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Google on there and found some A2 frames.
Boom.
Sorry, I've got a question for you though. Do you need to finish what you're saying before you forget?
Not particularly.
Okay. Because of the way that I work when it comes to shopping, why was Amazon not your first port of call?
Because I like to feel something and touch something before I buy it.
Oh, okay.
You know, in some instances I'll buy online, but you know, if the certain things, and also being the kind of person I am, if I want to do something, I want to do it now. I don't want to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's not soon enough.
These photos are here, and I'm like, right, these need to go in a frame now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was looking for frames as they were getting shipped. Anyway, so the frames rock up. I'm like, right, okay. They're okay quality. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you don't know what you're getting until they turn up, do you?
Because you like to touch them and feel them.
Exactly. So, pack of 3. I only needed 2, but it were either buy 1 or buy 3 for nearly the price of 2. So I bought 3. Framed them both up, and then I looked at one of them, and I was like, "There's a flaw. There's a flaw in the frame. So there's literally like a bubble on the inside of the frame, just in front of the picture." And I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" I've unwrapped everything. I've thrown the boxes away. And so I'm like, yeah. So straight on chat, as you do. Right, do you want to return this? No, I just want a partial refund. I only want 2 frames. I'm quite happy. I'll get rid of the 1 and I'll just keep the 2 because I only need 2. So looking on the options, all you've got is to return for a full refund. And I'm like, but I've just framed one of them up. In fact, I've framed them both up actually. It was the second one that I'd noticed. Thrown the box away, so I'm like, all the messing around, I'm going to have to unframe the photos, then find somewhere safe to keep them. Yeah. So gets on the chat with Amazon, and I'm really sorry about this and all that sort of stuff from the representative. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I said, well, you know, is there any chance for a partial refund? You know, I thought, 2 frames out of the 3, and just chancing my arm, I suppose. I thought if I get a third of the money back, you know, I wouldn't feel, you know, too perturbed, should we say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so they were looking into it. Right, so we can offer you a £5 gift voucher. So we're like, £5 gift voucher? That's not a third of the price. So, not particularly. I said, he said, alternatively, you'd send for a full refund. And I'm like, so I explained it. And then, I'm really sorry about that. Well, unfortunately, the seller only does a return everything for a full refund, or we can give you a £5 gift voucher. So I said to Ellen, I said, do you know what? I can't be arsed. We'll just take the £5 gift voucher and we'll just sling the other frame. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. That's what we can do. And so I said, well, that's fair enough. I'll accept the £5 gift voucher. However, I'm not particularly happy. I just wrote that. Just, you know, quite polite. No problem. Leave it with me. I'll just get a colleague. Next thing, there's somebody else jumps on this chat. Hi, you're through to so-and-so, so-and-so. I can see that, you know, we've offered you a £5 gift voucher as a gesture of goodwill or whatever, but the seller really does only offer a full return for a full refund. However, on this occasion, we'll do you a full refund without return, and we'll honour the £5 gift voucher. Because they only offered a full refund, that's all they could. So we're like, yeah, I'm happy now.
And that's why Amazon do so well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was blown away.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, I need to take a leaf out of your bookmark. I need to do what you do. I need to buy the photos before I buy the frames.
Rob, I was just sat here. My next words out my mouth was going to be, see, Rob, that's what you do to put pictures in frames and put them up on your wall.
So, just to give you a bit of backstory, Mark, I put some frames on my wall in my living room. You know how you get a frame from Ikea and it has the little image of a nice family playing? Yeah. Well, I've got 9 of them frames in the living room.
So you've got loads of different families on your wall?
It's all the same family. 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
8 years ago, I put them up.
Every time I go to his house, I sit there and I look. And I mean, I've stopped mentioning it now, but I must have mentioned it 1,000 times. But I look and I think, he's slanted them.
I've got a challenge. I've got a challenge for you, Rob.
Oh, go on.
You need to get hold of that family and have a photo of them in your living room looking at the photos of themselves. That would be brilliant.
Or if you can't,
and then you could sell it to IKEA as a thing that they could have the family looking at photos of themselves in your living room.
Or if you can't manage that, at least start replacing the photos one by one.
Yeah.
And see how long it takes Jem to notice.
Yeah.
That they've started to change.
That'd be an idea.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The only problem is, does she listen to the podcast?
Occasionally.
She'll go, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
We've let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Good point.
So speaking of IKEA, so we bought some of the living room furniture from IKEA for obviously the redecoration and whatever else. And we like so they call it black brown. This particular colour that IKEA have got for certain the white, black, brown, grey, and whatever.
Oh, is it black or is it brown?
It's black brown. It's got like it's black, but we like
Well, it's black then.
like a brown grain in it.
Well, so it's black really, the colour. We're a brown line.
Well, yeah, they don't. So this is black with a brown line because there's lots of brown lines, and they're not necessarily lines. They're more like flecks, like wood grain.
Not accurate though, is it? Really?
Yeah.
We do our contact about IKEA about that.
Well, it's definitely not white, so I know exactly what I'm looking for.
So it says black brown.
So I'm looking for something, a computer desk to match the TV cabinet that we bought. So I'm thinking, right, and obviously IKEA, everything's in departments, miles apart.
Yeah.
Loads of errors, confusing the
You
hell
do
out
know
of
they
you.
do little shortcuts, don't you?
I do know they do little shortcuts,
Yeah.
yes. I once got lost in there for about half a day following these shortcuts and didn't realise where they went. Back to the beginning. They were like snakes and ladders.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm nearly out and then back to the beginning. So we saw this desk and we were like, this TV cabinet, thought, brilliant. It's perfect. Exactly what we want.
Yeah.
Right colour. Went to this other department via the kitchen. You go via the kitchen department, then to the living room area or the computer area where they've got all the computer desks. And they've got a desk, and I'm thinking, it looks the same colour, but is it? It says black brown on the description. So I goes to the kitchen department because there's no staff. There's just 3 staff. Well, I said there's no staff. There are 3 staff members just sat there talking to themselves, or talking to each other even. All 3 dudes just sat there talking to themselves. They've got 3 weirdos.
They don't socialise with each other.
No, they just sit there talking to themselves in Swedish. And they
Eating meatballs.
Eating meatballs, yeah. And so I goes over to him, and then one of the ladies turns to me and I said, "Excuse me," I said, "You know the black brown colour that you've got in furniture?
Is it black or is it brown? Because it can only be one or the other."
I know it can.
Were you not listening when I quizzed them on this? It's a good point though, Rob. I'm glad you're on my team.
So I says to her, I says, "You know, if you've got black brown in a particular item in a different department, would it be the same colour, if you like, for something that's in a different range altogether?"
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. Probably not, because they're made in different factories. I'm like, right.
So
So she just sat there looking at me, and I was like, "Oh, right. Well, thanks for your help." So I went walking back to where the TV cabinet were.
Don't tell me you started dragging this cabinet all the way to... Is this where we're going?
Nearly.
To look at it.
Fortunately, they sold like accessories and things, not necessarily for that cabinet, but for things in the same colour in that department.
I thought you were going to say, no, fortunately they sell tools near it. So I got the saw,
Took it apart.
sawed a bit off and just took that.
Right, yeah. So anyway, I actually, I took, this like shelf, I think it was, round to the other side, took it out of the wrapper.
Oh.
I know.
You
Only one corner though, only one corner.
Oh, okay.
Put it on the desk, same colour.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So that, brilliant.
Brilliant.
I haven't bought the desk because it don't fit.
Oh, good.
But
You don't need to measure it up first.
Well, I was looking to match, and I'm like, that'll match, that'll look good, that. Then come home, then do the measuring up to see if it'll all fit.
Yeah.
The TV cabinet, perfect. The other bit, no. So I'm like, right,
Yeah.
plan B. I need something else now that matches that, which I've managed to sort in the meantime. But how frustrating that you've got, it was quite a busy night. There were 3 staff just sat there, not serving anybody. You couldn't find anybody to help you. You asked for some help, and they just sit there and give you quite a generic response. In fact, there was another guy where I'd asked a question about a different TV cabinet before this little episode, shall we say?
Yes.
I'm getting on my high horse here. And they got rather than having the cabinet with and mounting the TV on the wall behind it, they had some cabinets with integral floating TV brackets inside the cabinet, but it wasn't big enough for our TV. So I went to this guy and I said, "Excuse me, bearing in mind he's working in this department, he's on the computer in that department." I said, "You know that TV stand you've got that's in that cabinet, which you can buy separately? Do you do it in a bigger size for larger TVs? Because it went up to something like 50 inches and I needed a 60. Oh, I don't know. You'll have to go downstairs to self-service thing and see if there's any on shelf." Bearing in mind, he's looking at his computer. So I'm like, what? Anyway, so I walked off and I thought, I've got an idea. It wasn't a groundbreaking idea, but it was quite a simple idea that I thought he might have employed himself. Connected to their Wi-Fi, which is free. Thank you very much, Ikea. Went on their app, searched for that stand, only available in that size. Answered my question.
Answered them.
Myself.
Yeah.
And, and so it was like, what's going wrong?
And this is what frustrates me, Mark. It frustrates me this because we talk about the high street dying, if you like, and everybody buying online and stuff. And now it's putting businesses out of business or closing down high street or closing, people not having jobs, losing their jobs and stuff. But we don't do ourselves any favours.
None at all.
Because when you do go out to shop in the high street, and it could be wherever it is, I reckon that it's the majority of the time, not a minority, the majority of the time, that you go to shops and then you ask for help because that's what they're there, you've gone there for this, and either they don't know
or they're not interested.
Or they don't care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing, but you're right. And so you look at, like you said, the high street's dying or whatever else, and people are like, oh yeah, the internet's taking all our jobs. And then you're like, well, surely you're getting paid to be there. Do as good a job as you possibly can.
Yeah.
If somebody comes and asks you for help, you'd be like, yeah, of course, I want to sell you that because that's going to be me keeping my job, potentially.
That's that person coming back again because they like the customer service so much that I'll shop there again.
Yeah.
And that's you staying in work because those people keep coming back to your shop because you're better than someone else.
B&Q used to be really good at... Sorry, Mark.
No, go on.
B&Q used to be really good at it, didn't they, Mark? So B&Q used to, like years and years and years and years ago, they used to have quite a comprehensive training department.
Right.
And the people that were put in certain sections, they were designed for when you went in to ask about a specific
Like
job
a
you was
subject
doing
matter
or
expert
whatever.
sort of thing.
They weren't necessarily experts, but they were there to help you. They were there to guide you or to go, actually, this, And over the years, not just in B&Q, obviously, across all that's just diluted. You can't go anywhere now. That's incorrect. Of course, there are places that are still very good at it. But the majority of times, you go to somewhere, you walk in somewhere, and you ask a question, and they've no idea, and they don't care. They're not willing to. They don't want to help you. They don't want to help you. And you just go, I may as well just buy from Amazon.
Yeah.
And then they're the same people that will sit there in a year's time after being made redundant.
Complaining about Amazon.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're taking all our jobs. Well, do a better job of selling your products.
Well, this is exactly what I'm going to say. These shops, like B&Q and Ikea and Curry's, they specialise shops really to some degree. And a lot of time people go there because they're seeking expert advice. And these shops, this is their opportunity to step up and go, we can do what you can't do online. Yes, you can type a question, but then if you want to ask another question, you're not going to get a response back. You can with a human. So people like in Ikea or B&Q or Curry's, whatever, if you're going to go and see about a TV, like, does this TV have this feature? Does it have that feature? And sometimes they'll go, well, I don't know, or well, I'll find out for you. But then it takes them 20 minutes because they've got to speak to some. They should have experts or pretty much experts within TVs or fridges or whatever and go, listen, we can sort this out for you.
Well, the likes of Curry's do, don't they?
Well, they do to some degree, but again, you're trying to find somebody for your first problem. And then if you find someone, they'll go, well, I'm not sure. I'll go and see Dave, who's usually doing TVs, he's off today. I'm covering him. Well, that don't help me. You've got to come back. But what I'm saying is, this is a good prime thing for these shops to step up and go, right, we can do what you can't do online. This is a good opportunity.
Have you seen the new advert, the new Curry's advert?
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it?
I haven't. No, am I missing something
genius.
here? What?
It's brilliant.
So it's basically, there's a woman and she's like swiping kettles and they're literally flying off at shelf because she's like swiping them as if you're swiping them on a phone screen. And they're going, hang on a minute, what are you doing? And there's another woman shouting hello inside a washing machine. And, hello, hello. And then another woman, she takes something to the counter and she goes, can I get that delivered? Next day delivery. And the guy looks and goes, you can take it with you now. You know, it's like literally on the counter, which is, you know, and it's a perfect reminder, I suppose, that how I like to shop, really. I like to go into places, see something, think, do you know what? I like that. I'll take it. You know, I'm not... We all buy online, you know, because it can be convenient, but you have a problem. You've then got to go back through the online process, which is more difficult than it is working, you know, dealing with a local shop or whatever. But like you said, having that conversation with somebody who's selling the product because they know what they're talking about.
Well, maybe Curry's is doing that. Maybe Curry's is going, you know what, let's step
just
up.
while you're saying that, it's a quick side note. Have you seen the social media posts of Curry's? They're even better than the TV adverts.
No, I haven't seen them.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Right.
They're using staff to create their own not TikTok style marketing videos. They're brilliant. I don't know where to look for them.
TikTok?
Curry's might have their own. I guess so. Yeah, they might have their own channel. It was an actual advert that come up on mine, but they're just brilliant. They're just really clever what they're doing.
I think they are leaning into the whole whole thing. They are.
That's good.
You know, but going back, you know what you were saying. The last time I went to Curry's, and I was going to buy a headset for my PC. It were a gaming headset that I wanted, a headset with microphone, and I wanted certain features and stuff. And the woman that I dealt with was lovely, very friendly, but her advice to me was, "Oh, you're better off doing your research online, really, when you're looking up stuff like that." They were her exact words. You're better off doing your research online.
Well, that proves the point. You see, as in, what you can, but you went in there to talk to.
I mean, that were what 9 months ago, so maybe they've changed tack. You know, things change.
To be fair, I agree with that. Not obviously, probably not right that she said it, but I agree with it in that I think I'm a bit of a wrong 'un, really. I don't very, very rarely, other than clothes,
pay for anything in Curry's. I just walk out with it.
Walk out. I literally, it's pretty much a rule of thumb now. I'll go into shops, I look, feel, touch, see what I want to buy, and then more often than not, before I've even left their shop, I'll go online, find it for the best price and buy it. And sometimes I'll go on their Wi-Fi to do it.
You know, there's a term for that. There is a term for it.
Is there?
Yeah, where customers go to shops, they look at things, you know, do all the touchy-feely, and then they go on buy something online. Not particularly from that shop, but from somewhere else.
So my question is this, Rob.
Let me find it.
My question is this, and try and think of it objectively.
Okay.
Right? Try and think of it objectively.
Okay.
Right? But do you think there's a possibility there that if while you was in that shop, feeling it, touching it, this and other, there was somebody trying to sell you that product, that you would be more, I don't mean pushy salesman, I don't mean that, I mean genuinely engaged with you as a person, and genuinely investing their time in you, in your understanding of the product, do you not think that you may be not entitled, there's more of a chance that you would then buy it while you were there, as opposed to then still looking online?
1,000,000%.
And that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, but so one of the reasons why, because I wouldn't just go on my phone and look for the cheapest price. I would stand there and start researching whilst I was in there. I'd be looking for other options. What are the other options for buying this product out there? And I go online and I look, and I'm literally studying their store.
Is that because there's no one there to help you?
There's no one there, and even if they did, at first I'd probably sorry, I'm just having a quick look, because I do genuinely want to see the market and see, you know, am I being ripped off here or not? That's kind of the first thing. And I think that's probably one of the first things, is there's no trust anymore. I've got no trust that what I'm buying in that shop is likely to be very closely matched to what's online. The prices can be so different that you really are better off buying it online. So we are not forced to, but it's within our best interest to have a quick look online. So that's the first thing. Have a quick look online. Maybe look at reviews. Massive thing for me, reviews. So I'll quickly go on at that product, look at some reviews, especially if it's something I've never seen before. And then, like Kirk said, if at that point someone then came to me and said, "Are you struggling with anything, sir?" Well, then I'm probably going to go, okay, so I know this, and this about this product, but what don't know is this, or what's your opinion on this, because you know all these other brands. That's when I'm going to start asking questions, because I've got a bit of background knowledge of what the product is. I know what the price is elsewhere, and then I could start, not a negotiation, but just, and my thing is if I genuinely felt like someone's looked after me, then I wouldn't want to spend my money anywhere else.
Yeah.
I want to give it to them because they've earned that. Earned that. It's a bit like, and you know what? It's same as that. If you went into it, like Currys is a great example. You went in and you were looking for a new washing machine, and you went up, and the first person came over to you after a while. He didn't ask, so you came over and said, "Do you want any advice?" "Well, actually, I do. Yeah. What's the difference between this and this?" And they spent time telling you, and then you looked at this, and then you looked at that, and he said, "Great. Look, I'm going to go away and think about it." And I went away. If I came back and a different guy come to me, I would say, "Is Tony around?" Yeah, I'll go and get it for you. Because if there was any commission to be earned, I would want him to get the commission, because he was the one that put the time in. It was his knowledge.
Commission? Have you not been shopping since 1980s?
I don't know if there's any incentives of
they
any
do get
kind.
incentives, don't they?
I don't know if they do.
Incentives, possibly, probably, but
commission.
not commission. I don't
They get a
think
badge.
commission,
By the way,
yeah.
that word that we're thinking of, what do you do where you go into shopping? It's called showrooming. That's the terminology where people go into a place, look at it, and then they go off and buy it online.
Well, I
showrooming.
am
It's called
showrooming all the time.
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
what
much what I
people
do.
Yeah.
But there was another point I was going to make there, which I was getting to as I was saying about
going back to Tony.
no, it wasn't that. It was when I was talking about the whole process of it. And I can't remember what it is. But yeah, I genuinely do find that I spend a lot of time researching, looking at the product and seeing what there is out there. I've just remembered. It's this trust as well that bothers me. The price difference between online and in-store. And I do understand that there's differences when online don't have all the staff to pay for and don't have all this. But unfortunately, if they can't close that gap, I don't care as the consumer.
But Currys don't sell cheaper online to what they do in store.
No. But
Elsewhere, so
elsewhere,
maybe
mine.
Yeah.
An online store,
A
not
place
Currys,
that has no physical presence, you mean?
yeah, could charge less.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm kind of, what's the word? It's almost not really fair what I'm saying, because if there was only one shop existed in the world and it was Currys, and I had nowhere to look at that product.
That's the counter argument on what people say about Amazon.
Yeah.
Once they've squeezed everybody else out of the market, they've then got monopoly, haven't they?
Yeah. And you'll have nowhere to go to look at the items, and we'll all be buying off knowledge that we're reading online. So I guess there is something to be said by that. But here's the thing: if the difference in price online to in store was of a difference that it made sense, that's the gap, that little gap there, that £4 difference in that product is for that person that's come and spoke to you for that 5 minutes. Yeah,
but where is? And I get what you're saying, but where is that line, Rob? Because actually, the costs.
Yeah, four quid's a lot for some prawn cocktail crisps.
True.
But the cost of a physical presence.
Yeah.
The cost of paying them staff to be in there, the storage, the rent, the whatever it is, the gas, the electric, and blah blah, the physical presence is quite a big cost. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So where do you in your? Because I know what you're like, Rob. You go, well, if it's fair, what makes it fair?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you get what I mean? So I think it's quite. It's not really measurable, is it? It's not like. Where is it okay if it's £5, £10, £15, £20?
I think I know where Rob's coming from. I don't think it's a physical number or if it's 10% more, then I'm just going to go with that or that. I think it's like if you feel actually there's nothing in it really. If it's a I don't know £1,000 TV and the one online is 30 quid cheaper. In the scheme of things, it's 30 quid, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Right? And you might be like, well, actually, I want to take it home today. so you'd be more inclined to pay that little bit more for it. And I suppose it's just gauging it on each
And I guess
on each instance, isn't it?
It's like what you said earlier, Kirk. If we also had the trust that when we walk into these shops, we are going to get first-class knowledge of the products that they're selling. We're going to get top-class service. And like you said, I want to buy a TV. Is that TV better than that one? Or what's the they're not always a better, are they? What's the difference between those two TVs? I know, honestly, the last 2 times I've been into Curry's and I've gone to the TV ranges and I've got the guy to come over, I've already done my homework. I'm kind of expecting him to tell me something I don't know. And I know more about them TVs than he knows. And I stand there thinking, this should not be the case. Why do I, I know it's got that and that. Oh, no, that one hasn't. It has, mate. no, it's, no, it hasn't. It's that. It has, mate. Trust me. And then he'll go over and go, oh, sorry, yeah, no, this one has. Yeah, I know. Like, I do my research. So that doesn't...
You're that customer, aren't you?
Yeah. That doesn't install
I'm very
confidence.
similar to that, though, to be fair.
Yeah, it doesn't install confidence in you that I'll go back there next time because I know that they're going to know what they're talking about, save me all that work. So I end up doing the work myself and then going in and thinking, well, I've done most of the work myself, I may as well just buy it.
It goes back to me saying earlier about they need to step up. They need to know the stuff. I mean, you know the stuff about the tellies. I mean, I know he's got more tellies to learn, but that's just part of his job, instead of just standing around.
Or at least, for me, it's not even about, employing geniuses or getting them to do all this homework. It's not. It's the willingness.
Yeah.
That's the difference to me. I wouldn't mind at all me being in a shop and someone saying, do you know what? I don't know, but give me a minute. And I will absolutely find out.
Yep.
And even if that person then goes and just searches it online or whatever it is, I'm not bothered. They're making that effort. They want to make the effort in selling the product.
Well, that's it's the only difference between buying online. I said the only difference. The biggest difference between buying online and buying in store is the experience, isn't it? Yeah. And if that experience is removed, then you might as well just be walking into a warehouse and picking something off a shelf with no interaction from anybody because you've just done your research online yourself. So
there is, you're right. There is another advantage, which is you're very welcome. Mark. There is another advantage buying online sometimes. In our favour as consumers, is obviously if you buy something online and you don't like it, you can send it back, even though there's nothing wrong with it. You can't do that if you buy something in a shop. Now I know you're going to go, well, why would you do that? But and it comes down to the touching and feeling stuff. But if I buy a toaster online, for example, and they send it from Amazon, and I don't like
toast,
and I don't like, well, say I don't like the toaster, I can send it back because because it's a long long distance selling act. Yeah. Which now I don't know, is that fair or is it not? I'm not, but the point is, it goes in our favour.
It's the only chance retailers online have got, because if that didn't exist, then people would be more reluctant to spend certain amounts of money online because they'd be like, well, where's my protection if I bought something and decide I didn't like it?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going into a shop and you're physically looking at something and then you decide you don't like it when you get home, I'm not being funny.
I mean, I have done that occasionally with things where I've bought something, I've gone, I'm not sure if I like this or not, but I'll buy it, I'll try it, and I've tried it and gone, don't like it, and I've sent it back. I mean, particularly with Amazon, because it's free returns as well, so you're not even paying for postage back. If I did that in a shop,
it's mad that you can even do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is mad. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It goes in our favour as consumers.
It doesn't even cost you for an item that's not damaged. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You just don't like it.
Yeah,
it's a thing that you don't even have to pay to send it back.
Well,
just because you don't like it.
I'm not a fan of it though.
Mark's getting frames and he's getting paid. He's getting £5 out of it, and he's got the frames. He's making money.
He's been paid £5 to buy
them. He made money on it.
He's doing it as a full-time job.
I know what you're saying, Kirk. You don't agree with it.
I'm not a fan. I see it, or I hear people talk about it. Let's say, of like, especially these clothing stores and stuff like that.
People use them as rental services, don't they?
Yeah.
They buy something. I think we're at ASOS and places like that. They were like women. They were openly saying it online.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bought this dress on so and so. I'm going to wear it on Saturday night. Then I'm going to send it back.
Send it back because they leave the tags in, don't they? And they just took them in and.
But even at least that is being dishonest. And there's a purpose for it, as in they're getting something out of it. I don't agree with it, but I'm saying at least there's but then there's the flip side where people genuinely just order loads of stuff because they can't make up their mind what they want.
Yeah, that's not right.
Have it all delivered to the house, pick out what they want, and then just send the rest back.
Yeah.
Surely that's better than somebody who's buying something in just to defraud the company.
No, look, the example
They're
that you
two different
gave
examples,
is
aren't
wrong.
they?
It's wrong. It's a thing to do that's wrong. But what I'm saying is, they're doing it for. It's a wrong thing, but they're doing it for a reason.
I think it's completely unjustifiable.
What's that?
So there are people. I don't know if they still do it now, but there was a massive surge of people buying dresses, for example, or whatever, jeans, because they were going out on Saturday. Oh, I've not got anything to wear. Oh, I know. I'll order this dress online. Wear it with the tags on.
Yeah.
Chuck them
Send
in,
it back.
and then send it back on the Monday.
Wrong.
And it's like, what? That's just defrauding. Because
Well, that's
I'm not saying
wrong.
I'm not saying
This
it's
is
right.
a different example.
I'm not saying it's
completely.
right. What I'm saying is they're doing it for a purpose. I'm not saying that purpose is correct or right or
that
moral.
purpose is like as bad as you can get, as far as I'm concerned.
That's the two very different things. That's bad. This is just as bad in a completely different light.
For me, it's just that lack of thought of I'm just going to order all this stuff because I can,
Yeah, disrespectful.
and it doesn't matter how much it's costing,
Yeah.
how much it's costing the company, how much it's costing. Even if we get down to the fact of how many delivery vans there are on the road and stuff like that, I'm just going to pick what I want. It's almost like they want that high street experience
In the living room.
in the living room.
It is, isn't it?
That's just laziness,
But do you
isn't
not
it?
think? I mean, you're right. Listen, I'm with you on it. But do you not think that? But that's the system. They allow it. Bear in mind, they're not technically doing anything wrong.
I think a few people are stopping it, aren't they? I think there's a
But
few
they are.
companies
They're
that are
starting to
stopping it.
charge for things.
Yeah.
But,
Here's the
but
here's
they're playing the
problem.
system, aren't they?
Here's the problem, I think, is that obviously Amazon, being the big player, that's what they do. They allow you to do that, and I genuinely do think that that shouldn't be the case. In that, whilst ever there's no discouragement to not do that, why not do it? I don't agree with it, and I wouldn't do it. But you can understand why people think, "Sorry, I'm going to do it." The problem is then the smaller companies that go, "Well, we're not doing that." Well, then people won't shop from you. They'll go to Amazon.
Yeah.
Because people start to think that what Amazon's doing the norm. That's the norm.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is not the norm. So therefore, why should I even bother?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a terrible service. I'll use Amazon because they're doing it right. No, they're not right. That's just what they want to do. Obviously, a lot of things in this category of conversation about things being sent back. There's so many things I could say, knowing where I work. I don't think I'd be safe to say anything because I'd be unticking something on the contract or something. But honestly,
an NDA.
it's mental. It is mental. Some of the things that people send back in certain conditions and whatnot. Unbelievable.
So speaking about like ordering from these sorts of places, what's your views on things like Shein and Temu and stuff like that?
Well, it's interesting you should say that. 'Cause,
So can I just ask, based on that then, when we say Shein and Temu and all that, are we basically talking about Chinese,
Sweatshops,
or Chinese
Made-
companies,
factories.
factories?
yeah.
Are they? They're not all. Well, I'm guessing everything that
Warehouses,
they're
or
selling
what?
are also made in China, aren't they?
Yeah, it's called fast fashion.
Oh, right. Okay.
Basically, it's stuff that's it's turned around really cheaply in bulk, and and there are all these different apps. That they pop up on likes of Facebook initially, don't they? Oh, have you tried this one? And you'll like names of shops that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
I mean, the one pops up on my Facebook the other day called Cider.
Right.
But when you look at the products, you look at it, you think, oh, but then
Alcohol.
there's a similarity to, like you said, Temu, Shein, and all the others, and it's just another one that's popped up.
I mean, I've got the Temu app. I've never ordered anything from them, but obviously, it's almost to me, it's almost like a gambling app because you've got this wheel that spins round, going 50% off today. I'll leave it for 2 days. I get an app going, we've credited your account with £10. Come and show. I go on. Well, let's spin the wheel. 100% off. Let's spin this again. You've got £5 free shipping. I'm like, what's going on? I feel like I'm in an online gambling room.
Yeah.
And it's like a casino. I'm like, what's going on?
Smacking you with dopamine.
And then they start WhatsApping you.
Yeah, and I'm like, buy this Lamborghini, 99 pence. I'm like, what is happening? What's going off? And it just.
Do you know the mad thing is? Not a Lamborghini, but all the offers are pretty much genuine.
Yeah.
You know, like The other day, it wasn't the other day, it was months ago, but there were like a tool set that were on there, this roll-out tool set, circular thing, roll it out, and it rolls for 5 days, and there's 1,700,000 tools in this box. 44p. And then you're going, right, go on then, hit me with it. I'll go to check out. Oh, hold on, it's just maybe another offer. I can get another toolkit for 12p because I bought that one. Oh, all right, I'll have that then. Oh, you need some gloves? Gloves, 4p. Oh, well, I'll have them gloves. This is going to be hilarious. I'm going to get to checkout. Total, £1.09.
Yeah.
And you go, well, where's the catch?
Yeah.
Are they going to come or not going to come? It can't be real. And honestly, gone off it thinking that can't be real.
It can't be.
Did you order it?
It comes to 60 pence, doesn't it?
What was that there? I did it.
Well done.
I mean, are they making any money? I mean, I don't understand.
Because it's about the hooking you in. That's what everything that you've just said there. So I bought some stuff from Temu before.
Yeah.
Okay, with exactly the same thought process of it's too cheap to be good.
So you gave it a go.
It's cheap enough to take the risk.
Okay,
is
yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah.
And exactly the same, Rob. I sat there and I went, I wanted this. I think it was some charging cables for phones, for kids' phones, because they just. I think they eat them. I think they eat them. I think I've gone through 20 charging cables in the last year. And so I thought, do you know what? I'm going to get them. They did different coloured ones, and they were 3 meters or whatever.
15-meter charging cable.
Yeah.
Charges at 0.01 amps an hour.
So, but you see, I don't care about kids because they're just plugging it in overnight. And I just thought, do you know what? 3 different colours, order them, whatever. I think they were about 30 pence or something like that. And I thought, fine. And then same thing happened. Got to think, what about this? So I thought, yeah, I'll have an ear cleaner, for £1.20, and then something else, and it were, and probably the basket probably ended up coming to about £6 or whatever.
That's a lot. That Timo would be like, guy, we've got
65 items.
I got loads of stuff.
Can you imagine in head office somebody's buying £6 worth of I bet they were winning meltdown.
And it were like metal straws, reusable straws and stuff like that. Anyway, ordered it, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of forgot about it because it probably was about 4 weeks later before it came.
Okay.
Random parcel.
It were
slow shit
but it came,
from
and
China.
everything was there that I ordered. Everything was there what I ordered. Yes, the ear cleaner thing was. It looked like it was, but it were rubbish. Fine, threw it in bin. The charging cables, yes, you're right. You plugged them in, and 2 days later, they still weren't charged or whatever. But ever since, so I haven't bought anything from there since. But I must get maybe 5 or 6 some sort of messaging from Temu a day, whether that be WhatsApp, whether it be emails, whether it be, and it's all about. Here's £10, and then when I've looked here, I thought, well, I'll spend £10 for no. You've got to spend £15 to get your £10. And for me, it's all about getting you in. So you get to a point where how do they make money? They make money through volume. Yeah. So at the end of the day,
they're not interested in what they're selling, are they?
They don't care. They don't care.
They just want to shift some product and get some money.
Exactly that. And if it comes to a point where as some people are literally ordering stuff off there every day or every other day or whatever, that's it. They've got you.
Yeah,
they've got you because it's just
ordering crap.
It's just that volume of ordering crap that you don't need one or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not good for environment because people's buying all this stuff and just dumping it. I mean, I struggle with it.
I think the other thing that it also encourages all these shops, given the price, is something that I've already mentioned, and I was going to ask you guys what your thoughts on it are, and that's reviews. Because when it's that price, obviously, forget price for a second, I'd always go and look at a review of something. I want to make sure I'm getting it good. When it's that price, I don't give a toss whether it's the best in the world or whether it's the worst in the world. It's 50p, for something that I would expect to have paid £5 to £10 for. Why bother? That sounds really bad. But
no, I know what you mean.
For that price, I'll just get it and see what it's like. What are your thoughts on reviews when it comes to buying stuff online? Where are you at with
I'm
it?
all over them.
Yeah?
Yeah, me too.
All over them.
I have a mixed emotions about them.
Okay. Oh, he's sat up.
Are you talking about because they might not be real and the people pay for having reviews and that sort of thing? Yeah.
So the thing is I work in an industry that is driven by reviews. Okay.
Yeah.
And I suppose it is different between an experience and a product. So I get that. But as long as when people are reading reviews, as you guys absolutely would, by the way, but not everybody does, as long as you have the approach of a common sense approach. Yeah.
You have to use reviews and you have to be objective.
Thank you. Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
So just because someone's scored it a 1-star review, because it's rubbish, it's the worst product in the world, it doesn't. I almost, when I do look at reviews for anything, I almost discount the bottom.
Oh, I don't.
Discount the top. And then see what the average is. See what the average person is saying. It also based on how many reviews something's got. Yeah. So if something is sat there with 4, 5, 6,000 reviews and it's 4.5 stars out of 5 or whatever, you kind of think, well, okay.
But you don't read what's led to that 4.5 out of 5.
No.
What if the half a point or the half a score, if you like, is a function that's not as good, that you're the only reason you're buying it?
I'd send it back.
So you're that person. You're
that person. No,
so
in fact, I'd love to say I would send it back. I wouldn't. It'd sit on my side, and I'd be promising that I'm going to send it back, and then never do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about with objective reviews. So you might see sometimes, and you'll be looking at stuff, and you'll see, like you say, a low scoring review on a product. And the reason they've scored it low is nothing to do with the product. Right. Oh, the product was fantastic. Yeah. However, it came 2 days later than it should have done.
Yeah.
And so it's a service thing. Yeah. And so then you discount that because you go, well, I'm not interested in that.
They don't know what they're reviewing.
Absolutely. So it's about, when I'm looking at a review, I'm almost looking for an answer that will either positively influence my sale or negatively. So if I go, right, I'm reading the reviews and I'm wanting something that's going to, I don't know, I want some speakers and they want to be really basic. And I'm reading and thinking, these speakers, they said that they've got this, that, and the other, but they really like bass. I'm like, well, that's that then. That's made my decision.
Yeah.
If they go, they're okay, but they're a little bit too big, I'd be like, right, how big are they? Can I deal with that size? So and so it's finding the information that's applicable to you in that situation, isn't it?
Yeah. The best ones are the ones where I think it's Amazon that does it, where it questions people what they think of the product that have bought it, rather than asking for a review. They ask people what the thoughts are to help people that might be thinking about buying it. What might be good about it. But you can tell the people that have got it that have just got literally, I don't know, never bought it. You're like, why bother? I'd love to help you out on this one, but I didn't buy that model.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks for your help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Is it Amazon now that do like a summary of the reviews?
Yes, AI.
It's like an AI generator.
I don't think they're the only ones, but yeah.
Yeah, so like I've noticed that quite a bit. Where they've obviously looked through all the, summarised it and kind of gone, most of the customers think this is a good product. However, some customers have struggled with delivery times or whatever.
We found that most people who wear Adidas Samba will like this television.
Are there any shops that you would say you prefer buying online than in store? Like, for instance, Mark, when you're buying your sex toys, you would probably rather use Love
That's
Honey
definitely not me.
than Pulse and Cocktails, wouldn't you? Because the awkwardness of going in the shop to buy them would be a bit awkward. You'd rather buy them online, wouldn't you? No?
For the benefit of the tape, Mark's walking out.
But no, genuinely, are there any shops that you think, no, I definitely wouldn't want to buy that online. I'd only want to buy it in a store.
In store?
Yeah.
Lego.
Oh, right, okay.
Really?
I won't buy Lego online. I go to the Lego store.
Why, it comes in a box?
Why?
Because I think that they've got their service right.
I see.
Okay.
It's more of a loyalty thing.
Right, okay.
All right.
So I think, and...
Hang on. So you would... So a loyalty thing to a Lego shop as opposed to Lego online?
From the Lego website? Or
no, I just mean that... Sorry, let me be clear. I thought what Rob was saying was like using like Amazon and stuff like that.
No, he said any companies that you would rather buy from them online than in store.
What? He said, is there any shops that you would rather use and buy from the shop rather than buying it online? That's what he said.
Yeah.
So I said Lego.
Yeah. So you'd rather buy from one of their shops than from Lego online.
Well, if we're going to get into specifics, whether it's the actual
That's
Lego
what he said.
shop, no,
That's
it's
what he
not.
said.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
He didn't say, would you rather buy from Lego or Amazon?
So
He said, are there any shops that you would rather buy from in store than online?
And the example I gave was Love Honey or Pulse and Cocktails. They're two different companies.
I switched off when you started talking about that stuff.
I thought you did.
So
but,
anyway, Lego, because I think they've got it right. You walk it, just the whole feel of it. Plus, there's a lot of dodgy Lego about online.
Fakes, yeah.
Not from the Lego shop. I understand that, Mark.
So
And
would
I know
you-
I can get
right,
my Lego points on the Lego shop.
Going back to his question, would you rather buy from Lego shop or Lego online?
If you was talking about specifically the actual Lego online, I wouldn't care whether that's in store or online.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand the relevance of the question otherwise.
I saw
No.
it, and I'm
Apples and pears.
I'm ever so sorry if I got it wrong, but I saw it as what Rob was asking is there shops that you would rather go to, i.e. a Lego shop or whatever, rather than buying it online from Amazon?
From Temu.
Is what I saw it in my head. Can you buy Lego from Amazon? Yes. Would I? No.
Yeah.
What if
that-
it was the
well,
Lego? What if it was the Lego store on Amazon?
I mean, there is.
They are.
But yeah, but you would, wouldn't you?
Well-
yeah, because it's the.
I suppose it's all mute and irrelevant because I've got the thought process of that I would rather buy Lego from in store. I'd never look for Lego online.
yeah.
Right.
Mark.
Well, I never buy clothes online. Never. Even if I'm buying something from Next, whatever. I know I'm getting a t-shirt from Next or Page. I always go into store and buy clothes because I don't. Clothes are extreme. I mean, for some reason, girls don't seem to have a problem buying clothes online. But for me, I can't buy clothes online. Never.
I'm not going to. I'm with you. That
I
would
have
be
to
my answer.
I have to do that because there's no way I can buy jeans and get them and then go, oh, I need it size up or down or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, never down, but always a size up. so that, it's close for me. I don't think there's any products. I don't think. I
would agree with clothes, and for the simple fact that we mentioned it whenever we mentioned fashion, that you don't know if it's going to fit.
Exactly.
You know,
I must admit, I do buy some clothes online, and I bought a jacket, a coat, and it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Properly.
Well,
And I'm
yeah.
like,
There
and I
you
should
go.
have sent it back, and I haven't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Oh,
And
you
I'm
do.
like,
That-
I'm going to give it
Chris
somebody
Rose.
as a gift because it's like, well,
Yeah.
you know.
I went.
Somebody's looking forward to their birthday or Christmas.
Yeah.
I went against my rule of thumb not so long back and bought some new work boots, and they fit
okay?
me,
To
but
be
they're
hon-
a bit too big. I probably could have done with a smaller size, and by the time I'd worn them and whatever else, it was too late to send them back, and so now I just live with it.
If I was going to buy an electronic product from Currys, for example, I would rather go into the shop and walk out with it than order it on Currys.com and wait till Friday. We're picking on Currys here, aren't we? Yeah. But, you know, if there's something that a particular company are selling online and in store, I would rather go in store and walk home with it, or even drive home with it. I'd just rather have it there and then. However, there are some products that you have to buy from an online retailer. The sound system that I bought recently, you know, the company the dealer that are selling it are based somewhere down in Swindon or somewhere like that. I'm not driving to Swindon and driving back with it all, so I ordered it online. You know,
I mean, talking about shops, it's not an answer to your question, Rob, but I remember years ago in Argos, because we not mentioned Argos. I mean, I don't know how they're still going. I mean, I know, I really don't. I mean, I'm not saying they're rubbish, but
they were the
just
start of all this, really.
Well, they were. I mean, I watched. I mean, they were
An Index,
Argos Index. Yeah, Index. I mean, I'm surprised.
Little Woods,
Little Woods, yeah. Keep naming them while we're going through.
Little Woods Extra.
Do your Jesus joke. So going back to Argos, right? Years ago, I went in. This is before sort of online sort of thing. I remember buying a kettle from there, 25 quid or something like that. Obviously, you go up to the thing, you know, to buy it.
Coal fired.
not quite. And then she was like, "Oh well, do you want to buy insurance with it?" I'm like, it's a kettle, and she's trying to. You remember days when they used to
warranty and insurance. Yeah.
Warranty. Do you want insurance with it? I'm like, you know, how much? She's going through all. It's £2, like £2 a month or whatever for 2 years. I'm like, what? It's a £25. I mean, no, but somebody's obviously buying kettles, aren't they?
Yeah.
And going, Oh, yeah, okay, I'll sign
Yeah.
up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's doing that? Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
if the kettle breaks, you've probably spent more on
Well,
£2
you would have
a
if it
month.
was £2 a month.
I know. It blows my brain that when
Yeah.
people and you can hear people in queue going, yeah, I'll have that. Yeah, that's same with shoes. Do you want polish with it? DVD
Whitener.
players.
Oh,
Do you want these gold-plated
DVD.
HDMI? People are buying all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't understand why people were doing that. So
I'll tell you what shops
Mad.
have done recently, which makes in-store shopping more seamless. Have you been in the new Zara in Meadowhall?
It's massive, isn't it?
It's bloody big,
I
yeah.
wouldn't even know where it is.
no, where
Well,
is
it's
it?
where-
Is it in the posh end?
No, it's where
They don't even know where it
it's
is.
where
Top Man used to be, I think.
Yeah,
Top
Top-
Man and Top Shop.
Oh, is it
Burton's.
towards Debenhams end?
yeah, I can't remember where.
No.
But anyway, it's by the by.
That is the posh end.
Yeah,
No.
it might be actually. I can't remember. It's on the way to there, I think. But anyway, the point I was going to make, and I'm sure they're not the only shop that does it, but my God, the checkout is just mental. They don't have there's no staff to do that anymore. They don't have any. You know, like where some places have where you can go and self checkout, and then there's tills. No, there's no tills, and all you do, you literally walk in with the clothes on the rail in your hand, and you put them in a what looks like a washing up bowl. You put it in, and the second they hit the bottom of that thing, every item comes up on the screen ready to pay.
Decathlon have been doing
Decathlon,
it for
don't they?
years.
Did they do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're like, how on earth does he know that?
mate,
How does he know?
Absolutely mind blowing.
Brilliant when it don't register it.
I still can't look. Absolutely. I still could. Well, that's their problem,
Yeah,
surely.
absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't even look if I'd bought one item, obviously. But if you, don't want me to pay. But genuinely, you walk in, you literally just put them in this bowl, and it goes boom. There, it's so quick. The best thing is though, you have to take your own tags off, and you have to literally. It tells you now apply it. You put it on. Comes off, drops out. You have to put that one in that tub, that one in that tub. Next item. So you're doing the job of what
Do you invoice them as well for your wages?
I know, should I?
I know.
But honestly, it's mind blowing. Just that technology that just allows you. I know there's Amazon have got the shops that are like supermarkets. Have you ever seen
Amazon
them?
Fresh, I think. Are they called
Amazon
Fresh?
Go.
Amazon
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
Have you ever
There-
seen them?
There is Amazon Fresh.
Yeah, I'm getting them
But
mixed up.
Amazon
Yeah.
Go.
But I mean, that technology is different in that each shelf and every item on every shelf is weighed. So when you take it off, it knows that you just took that off, and the cameras
in
are
it,
tracking you.
It's like
and
the old hotel minibar.
Yeah.
Oh
But I
no! We're only looking at it.
I kind of get how that works, but this, you're taking it off a rail and wandering around for half an hour while you're looking at other clothes. Nothing can be surely detecting you and watching you, and you get there and you just literally put it in the thing, and you can't be based on weight either. Every item, there must be some items that are similar in weight or exactly the same weight, or even items that are inconsistently weighted.
There's something
Let
in
me
the
ask you a
label.
question. So they've got tags on them. Is every item got a tag on? So is it something in the tag, like an RFID chip?
RFID.
Oh.
Either
Is it
that,
that?
or the security.
Yeah, it could be.
Because
Yeah.
if it's
There'll be
not
an
got a
address-
tag on, then
there'll be an address associated with each item. I would have
Yeah.
thought.
yeah. But how would it know what? That's what I'm saying. If there's no tag on it, then it's not going to know what it
You're
is.
taking the security devices off, aren't you? The security devices may contain it.
Well, that was my question. Not every shop has.
In Zara, it does.
Yeah,
Then I reckon that may be it then.
Yeah, it might be actually. I never thought about that.
Maybe it's that.
I think the mad thing is it's so you don't put it in. You have to wait a second. You literally go boom there, and you go
It must be that then.
what? Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Anyway, and
Well,
so
why don't you try
little
it? Why don't you
things-
take the tag off and then take it to next till and see?
What happens if you want to take something back? You put it back in it, and then it goes right. Oh, there you go. There's £15.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, then you've got to put tag back on it, hang it back up.
I guess
Do it all yourself.
the bonus is that it frees up the same amount of staff in store. It frees them up to in the shop to ignore you and not do anything. But but you like to think that it frees up more people to be able to help you and give you the advice that we've already been talking about. But at the same time, then does it then create problems? As you said, you go back to take it back, and then you've got to find someone that's not necessarily in that department to say, I need to bring this back or whatever. Don't know how it works, but I was impressed by it nonetheless.
Can I just go back to Sheen a minute?
Absolutely.
What's your thoughts about the morality of it? So we talked about Temu and the prices of it and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Is Shein just the same as Temu?
Yeah. So what about the morality of it?
Are they? Is that different from Temu?
Well, same kind of thing.
But-
Same kind of thing.
so
Sheen is mainly, I believe, clothes and makeup and stuff like that. But
Can you tell me what the morals are of it? And then I'll
the
tell you if I
fact
agree
that
with it.
they've got 10-year-old kids working in sweatshops for, they basically get paid per item that they.
It was in news recently, weren't it, saying that there were some workers working 75 hours a week and sometimes, getting 1 day off a month.
Yeah, no
Really?
breaks,
Yeah. I
didn't
no
know- I
windows
didn't-
in
yeah.
factories.
Oh,
getting paid
really?
7 pence per item.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is has this not been happening for years?
Yes.
Yeah.
And instead of the item being 50p a pound, they're 100 and 300, 5,000. These handbags that are £50,000, and that's been made by a
Yeah.
kid in a sweatshop.
Yeah, there's the people.
Have I nodded off?
I know. People, brands and famous brands. So yes, years and years and years and years and years ago was using them kind of techniques.
Right.
But then as it became frowned upon, let's say, or as it became more in the media,
Yeah.
they've had to move away from that.
Right,
So
okay.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist at all, but I think you'd be hard pushed to find sweatshops for design for Versace or design, because it's not worth the damage to the brand if they ever got found out. It's not worth the damage to the brand.
Right.
Yeah. Even Primark a few years ago had to prove that they'd improved their workers' rights and stuff like that. Hence why prices are going up in Primark. But
Right.
things like Temu or Shein or whatever, they're not regulated. They're not
Right.
regulated. So I just wondered because the reason why I ask is because my kids shop from Shein all the time. They've constantly got a Shein basket, they've just keep adding stuff into the basket. You talk to them and they'll go, yeah, I've got that in my Shein basket or whatever. And then basically whenever they get any money, so from birthdays or whatever, Christmas or whatever, then they check out their basket. And it's just a constant, not a constant stream. That sounds awful, but they've always that is where they buy their stuff from. That's
Yeah.
it.
Do they buy everything from there?
Clothes and makeup wise,
Right. Okay. Right.
or costume, jewellery, clothes, makeup, that sort of thing.
Got you.
And it's very cheap. It's very, very cheap, and the quality is actually relatively good. I mean, even the packaging, I don't understand how they're making money, because the packaging is it's almost like premium packaging. It's
Right.
weird if you've never seen it. People
Yeah.
listening will know exactly what I'm talking about. But I've asked my kids the question, because they're old enough now. They're old enough to understand. They're very quick to correct me in the new way of world of thinking and working, and about rights and their rights as children, and and this, that, other, and their rights to be called whatever they want, and their rights to go into whatever toilet they want, and blah blah blah. Yeah, they're very quick to do that. So I have asked them. I've kind of gone, what about the rights of these people in different countries making all this stuff under duress or under these circumstances so you can have a cheap top? Where does so I just wondered what your thoughts were on it.
Well, what did your kids say?
Well, obviously they don't care.
Don't care. Okay.
Obviously, they don't.
I think what one of my children said. Well, at least
So don't you dare use the wrong pronoun.
at least they've got a job. I think one of them said. So yeah, exactly, because it
kids.
benefits them.
Yeah.
It benefits
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And that's what it is, isn't it? I think it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as they're buying stuff on Shein and whatever it is. Yeah, it is Shein, I think, isn't it? That's the one at the moment. I think that everyone's.
Is it?
Bang on.
Yeah.
I've honestly,
I'd say-
I've heard the word Shein, but I couldn't tell you what the logo looks like. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I've never been on the website, and I also didn't know about all this. I knew about sweatshops back in the day. I didn't realise that was kind of how these things are making their money.
I presume the companies are denying all this.
No,
No, they're saying, oh yeah, we've got 10-year-olds working.
They're not breaking any laws.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're admitting it, but they aren't actively fighting against it either. I mean, people have had deliveries to the house, and when they've opened the packaging, there's notes in there from kids saying help and stuff like that. But at the end of the day,
Jesus.
they're not regulated. They're not governed. And
That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
It's all coming from the countries that they're working in. They're not breaking any laws.
it's primarily China we're talking about here,
Yes.
or is it Taiwan or any other?
Places like that, I don't know.
Places over
Taiwan
over there.
Places like that.
Does Taiwan exist?
Well, as you know, I'm going to the Philippines, so maybe I'll in a couple of weeks. So I'll hop over and have a chat with them and say, listen,
I
guys,
just
how's it
wondered
going?
whether you would buy somewhere from there for the cost saving, for the cheap and the convenience, even though you knew how it was made.
I think the saying "ignorance is bliss" is probably where my, and that sounds terrible, but I don't really.
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't go. Well, I'm not buying from that because I don't want this. Because I don't. Again, this is going to sound ignorant, but I don't know for sure that it's a 10-year-old. I don't know that. I mean, I know you're telling me that, and I've seen that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm sort of maybe part of me is going, well, maybe it were a guy who works 30 hours, who's made it in a factory,
he's on 60 grand a year,
who's got 24 holiday days a year. Maybe he's made it.
You could argue the same with power tools, lithium batteries, lithium mining, diamond rings.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
the whole thing. If you looked into it, you'll probably find something that's
I did read somewhere that Shein, at the last count, because they hit their peak in 2024,
now have 4 staff.
In terms of sales,
have 1,000 factories.
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
That is mental.
Do they make?
And here we are on the race to net zero.
Do they make their own stuff, or they just do they buy it? Do they make it? They make it and pack it and do everything.
Yeah, they're
right.
making it.
Time at the bar, please.
I've got one more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy a car online, having never been in it
No.
or seen it?
Sorry, are we talking about from the actual manufacturer, from the brand,
Well,
from this specific
I suppose
website,
they are two
from
very-
Honda.com, from
Okay.
Alibaba? We need to be clear
From Shein.
on what question we're asking.
Right, okay. So first off, BMW have released a brand new car, but obviously you're only looking at online. So you've only seen virtual images of the car.
Mm-hmm.
You've never been in it. You've never sat in it. You've never sized it out or anything. Would you buy that car
Not a
on a
chance.
contract agreement or anything?
Not a chance.
No.
No, not really. No.
Okay, so 2 different answers. My initial answer is no, because I think I see a car as quite an emotive thing, like you've got to feel it and be in it or whatever. However, if we are talking about a brand new car,
Yep, I am in this instance.
like a brand new car, then I would go to the BMW showroom, look round at the models or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and then yes, I would feel quite comfortable sitting at home and building your new
Yes.
car online and ordering it online
Yeah.
as a brand new car.
Yeah, that's-
then yes, I would do that online.
I would do that as well. But having not, I'm with you. I couldn't do that.
Not that I've ever been in a position to do that.
No, gosh, no. Because I know people do it.
Oh, I
Brand
do
new
it just for
cars come
fun.
out and they
I do
order
it,
it.
I do it just for fun sometimes. Just see how high I can get the price of the car.
Can't imagine, you pay however much for a car and it turns up and it's not comfortable to sit in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You just
I
go
think
like,
the
"Hang on a
second
minute."
question is a whole lot easier to answer, and that is from Auto Trader. So it's second-hand car. Would you buy something on Auto Trader that's say in London, and
No.
they'd ship it up for you, but you've got to buy it without seeing it.
No.
It's difficult. If I obviously all the information would be on there, the photos, the reviews, and everything else. But I would have made sure I've experienced one. It's difficult with used, isn't it? Because you don't know if it makes a funny noise that you know what I mean. So if you got it and it made a whistling noise when you were driving it, you'd be like, I weren't expecting that, because it's used. Do you know what I mean? There might be something tapping away or something under the bonnet that's.
I was looking for a second-hand car not that long ago, and I'd been searching and trolling through website.
You were searching?
looking for cars, and I'd come across a car, make, model, and stuff like that I thought, oh, that's what I want. That fits every spec that I've got. It's within my kind of price range that I'm looking for. It's this, this other, and it was a Renault Koleos. That I thought, yes, is it Koleos?
I've never heard that in my life.
No.
I think it might. Anyway, it was a car, and I looked loads online, and I was very close in some cases to potentially putting a deposit down on one or whatever it is. And then I went to a showroom and I found that car, and I thought, oh, they've got one, brilliant. And in my head, I thought, this is it. It's in the right price range or whatever. Sat in it, terrible.
Exactly, and that's why you can't buy something like that blind, can you?
I agree. My answer would be the same with an Auto Trader or even from the dealership. I'd have to see the car, the exact car as well. I suppose if you're buying a brand new one, then you have to buy it on order. But yeah, I'd agree. Shall we play a game?
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning. What's it gonna be? Oh,
just so excited. Come on.
He's nearly there.
The Wheel of Features.
So we've got AI Jukebox Jam to answer from last week.
From last week. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a reminder.
Please.
Something symbolises love, loss, and forgiveness, blending hope and heartbreak in a spiritual, emotional journey.
Now, you know what I want to ask you? Is this... I was getting confused. Is this a film or a song?
No, it's the song.
It's a song. Right, okay.
Say it again.
Something symbolises love, loss, and forgiveness, blending hope and heartbreak in a spiritual, emotional journey. I'm laughing because I don't know where I came up with this. I'm looking at it thinking, they're never going to get this. In a million
Well, you
years.
didn't come up with it. AI did.
Well, no, I came up with the song and asked AI
To describe it.
describe the meaning of the song.
Yeah.
For us to reverse engineer and work
True,
out what it is.
but you're saying as if you did something. Yeah, I mean, you just tapped
Well, I just came up with the song, but even looking at the song that I came up with,
And
we're never going to get it.
And I've just seen Mark perk up, so this is where Mark's now going to go. Say it again. I'm listening now.
Me?
No, I've said
Here
it.
he goes. Look.
For the benefit of the tape, Mark's smiling.
I'll give you an answer, shall I?
Just say it again.
Once. Something symbolises love, loss, and forgiveness, blending hope and heartbreak in a spiritual, emotional journey. Something.
That's all he heard, and then he switched off.
Something. The something was just the blank of what the song is.
Yeah. I'll have a go at a silly one first.
Go on then.
DIVORCE by Dolly Parton.
D-I-V-C-O-E.
Do you know how to spell divorce?
DIVORCE.
Oh, divorce.
Or divorce.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought I got in my head then that you were doing the D-I-S-C-O.
Disco. D-I-S-C-O.
No.
It's incorrect, Mark. And then a sensible one
A sensible one. Everything I Do by Bryan Adams.
is incorrect.
Can I just ask, you know when you said something at the beginning?
Yeah.
Just one word.
Is that because something is in blank, as in that's the name of the song?
Oh no! To be accurate, then it'd be something symbolises love, loss, and forgiveness.
2 words.
And I guess I could say something by someone,
Yeah.
but
This
Yeah,
always
yeah.
confuses me, this round.
It's just a song.
it's just a song.
I know,
Yeah.
but I just can't.
And I've just described what the meaning of that song is in the lyrics and from the song.
Rocket Man.
No,
Hello, Goodbye.
no.
I could do. I've no
That
idea.
famous 2-word song.
Who just thought you could get so much in the meaning of a song in? I could do.
I've no idea. Okay.
Barbie
That's 2
Girl.
words.
Do you know the answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Purple Rain by Prince. You were never going to get. You just wouldn't have
No,
got it, would you?
no.
Like it's
No.
even the meaning.
No.
Yeah, you would never have got
Well, you
that.
need to-
I
you
don't know
need-
why I picked it.
We need to get that feature off the wheel because it's rubbish.
It's not. It's just you're not really good at it.
He's not that he's not very good at it. He doesn't understand it for some reason.
I know.
He's got like a bit of a mental block.
I know. Sorry.
What's the answer?
Right, shall we spin the wheel?
Spin the wheel. What is it?
Yay! It's fine! What the bloody hell is that?
Oh!
Been a while?
What the bloody hell is that?
Right then. I don't think this needs any explanation, does it? What the bloody hell is that? Or should I say, what the bloody hell is this? I'll give it you one more time, shall I?
I know what it is.
Yeah, I bet you do. Listen up. Any ideas?
I think it sounds like a tree getting chopped down.
Oh, yeah, like branches.
Oh,
Yeah.
like I see that's I
Yeah.
can see that. Kirk?
I don't know. I don't know,
No. Mark?
genuinely.
I'll give you my answer.
No, I meant other one.
Oh. I think he knows.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you keep it to
Other than,
yourself.
yeah.
You keep that to
Other than having recorded it, I couldn't possibly tell you what it is.
Well, for the other two of you,
Yeah.
I'll reveal. Well, in fact, no, I won't even reveal the answer until someone gets it right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So keep your mouth shut, Mark. See you next week.
See you next
On
week.
that note.
See ya.
Bye, boys.
Bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.